background on the first day here. I got in last night and managed to start about 10 minutes of work before very quickly realizing it was way too loud. Just bought the place exactly as is. We knew 90% of what we were getting into. There's quite a lot of mold everywhere. Doesn't look like windows have been open much for a very, very long time. Many of them don't shut properly. Back deck's completely rotten right through. And on a pretty significant lean, foot went through a couple of boards last night. The upside is the view is absolutely spectacular. So the plan at this stage is to basically gut the whole upstairs, strip it right back to framing, have a look at the state of the floors. There's a couple of squeaks, but otherwise all over they're pretty good. The bed, we know the floor's completely gone in this corner. Might be a little hard to see, but there's sort of about a 100mm dip there. And a couple of humps over joist or piles there. Probably a water leak at some stage, and it's come straight through and kept blowing out the ground. The bathrooms have been redone, so they're not too bad. They're actually in pretty usable shape. Master bedroom. Joinery is pretty much all toast. There's no framing under this window whatsoever. It's held up by a piece of 4x2 sitting underneath it. Half the lights don't work. So at this stage the plan's basically to try and get it livable to move in. We'll get inside upstairs and rent out the downstairs portion. Bottom back deck's completely toast as well, unfortunately. This is going to be blown out basically across there to extend the garage out to about 12 metres long. Our laundry. And this is where the end of our property will be and the start of the tenanted place will be. So laundry space for the tenant downstairs. These floors, while they look like they've been done, are laid poorly and all the linings need to come off anyway. Missing lights, transformers hanging out of the roof, half done kitchen cabinetry. And then, as you might see, the place is obviously pretty overgrown as well. So somewhere down there, there's a washing line. So at this stage, the plan's basically just to strip upstairs and see how we get on. Pretty big difference in day two. Managed to pretty much mow down half of that front lawn as far as trees go. Whole kitchen ceiling's done, so we could get in and start cleaning the cabinetry and whatnot and just get the filth off it. The general state of it's pretty bad. I don't know if the light will show it, but you can see the range hood. The shit stuck to the top of it. The filters are pretty much gone. I think we'll probably just have to buy a cheapie to get us through rather than try and reuse it. The ceiling battens are running different ways, so because the house was built in the 80s, it runs imperial measurements, so your stud height from your very floor up to your ceiling internally is 2440. Your linings come to 2400, so you end up with a 40mm gap that makes it a little bit harder to finish. So we'll block our battens down and use a 35mm batten, so we don't have to worry about pulling the old shit off. This glue is pretty thick as well, so in places you're looking, it's probably about 8mm over the left side, so running anything over those we'd pretty much have to get all the glue off throughout the house. So we'll just replace the batten. It's only going to cost about an extra $3,000 or something to do the whole place, and basically it's just time, so much time. So the plan for this morning before everyone else arrives is strip the lounge out. We've got a friend coming who's a Sparky. She's going to go over our plan for the electrics and then deal to the conifers here. There's another tree out the front that needs cutting down, a couple on the edge there, and then a couple that are right up against the house down the side here. So all in all, pretty productive first day. Went through the steps first thing in the morning. Full trailer load of green waste to the tip, and got a surveyor in to find our boundary, which sort of sits right down on this piece of timber here along this fence line. These are the two that have to come down. Whole backyard's fully overgrown. Back deck's toast as well. So down just to the side of those toys over there is where our other survey boundary is. Time to get into the ceiling.